What radio?
I'm not that. I'm Big Bone.
The music you want.
Respect my authority.
With your host, Keys Dan.
I'm gonna be totally famous.
RadioWhat.com.
Shut up, fat boy. I'm not fat. I'm festively plump.
What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, DJLittleRock.com. Yes, that's DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote. And maybe you can have me at your event. Entertaining for you. Let me entertain you. Specializing in weddings and corporate events. And of course, the video dance party karaoke jam. I like to add a little visual to it. Put up the TVs and play music videos while I'm playing some songs for the people to shake it to. Yeah, good times. Today on the program, oh man, I'm excited. Known this nice lady for such a long time, Angie Davis. She's a photographer and an entrepreneur. Yes, she has her fingers in many pots, and we're going to get to find out a little bit more about Angie Davis today on the program. This week's shows, podcasts, more and more podcasts. Subscribe to this feed, and you'll be able to hear some stories of people. Hopefully, it just keeps going. I didn't know how big it was going to get, but it is getting bigger and bigger. And then on Friday nights, oh yeah, it's the Friday night video dance party karaoke jam at your favorite place to be. It's the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Come on out. It's 8 p.m. until almost 2 in the a.m. They have a full bar. They have the kitchen that's open, burgers, chicken wings, Jersey Girl pizza. Check that out. Friday nights. Oh, the pool tables. Yes, they have a pool tournament on Friday nights at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Find it. Be there. 8 p.m. And also on the party patio, they have shuffleboard, foosball, Jenga, and checkers. So get on out and come visit with me. And you could be the star of the show. The stage is yours at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Friday nights. All right. I'm so excited to talk to Angie Davis. Let's get into it with Angie Davis. I don't have to call her on the phone. I'm going to go visit with her at her store on Front Street. Going to Angie Davis now.
Yeah, if you pan the camera your way a little more. Stick that on you. Put that next to your talking hole.
Oh, wait, I have to be on that side, though, because that's my good side.
No, they're all your good sides.
No, really. That's my good side, let me tell you.
All right.
This is my bad side. My husband will even tell you that's her bad side.
Yikes! Your husband will not say that.
Only because he knows that...
You better believe it.
That, I think it's my bad side. Okay. Oh, member request. The girl that just left. Approve. Let's see. What should we call this?
I don't get sued by... No, it's a What Makes You Famous podcast. She's going to type it out. You know, we've been podcasting for about 2 minutes now, so...
Have we really?
Oh, this is real good.
Oh, this is fabulous.
This is where we talk about, you know, just whatever, the small talk, as we walk into Angie Davis's humble establishment. Not so humble, man. This thing it got a history. And this is a rare treat. I'm speaking with a photographer, a visual person, so... She has to go visual. We're going to go Facebook Live on this one. So as you're listening to the podcast, go search for that on Angie Davis's Facebook.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The uncomfortable silences.
Yeah, it's me typing. Maybe I should just click on the microphone.
No, you really shouldn't.
Oh, is it bad?
Oh, man. that testing. Is this thing on? No. I get that at karaoke all the time.
All the time?
All the time. Is this thing on? Yes, it's on. I leave it on all the time.
All the time.
So I'm listening to the building during that
creaks.
small little silence, and there is creaks.
Yep.
Is that off-putting?
No. No, and people ask me all the time if I get creeped out in this building at times or anything. I'm like, no. Nothing wants to mess with me.
Do you believe in ghosts? Roast?
Absolutely.
That's cool. See, that's something people might not know about Angie Davis.
Yeah. Absolutely. I actually lived in a house that was severely haunted.
Where was that?
It was actually in Bologna, of all places.
There's a haunted house in Bologna,
There is.
the former home of Angie Davis.
Why can't I work this thing? Hey.
You know, DJs always say, hey, work that thing,
Work that thing.
or something like that.
Okay, so
Okay. Wow. That air conditioner was...
very loud.
Yes.
It usually scares people.
Get it. I think my eyebrows went up on that one, and they did.
Okay. Hey,
I guess you can introduce your Facebook Live since you just turned it on.
Hi,
and we're doing a
ladies.
podcast here.
We're doing a podcast on Facebook Live.
Yeah, but I'm podcasting. We got the lavalier mics on. I got the little recorder going.
I have a little microphone on and everything. This is kind of cool. I've never podcast. Like, one of my dreams is to actually have my own podcast, but right now my time will not allow it.
Oh no, we're going to produce your podcast real soon.
I think that
It's
would
happening.
be so cool.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Because y'all know I like to talk. I like to talk a lot. I talk all the time. I never stop. Ever. This could be a really long podcast. Sorry.
Well,
I'm gonna
Yeah, what
apologize
Angie
in
doesn't know,
advance.
I turned on the microphones about 5 minutes ago.
And I'm just
while she was setting up a camera.
Setting up a camera.
All right, we're going to pretend you're not here, okay? And we're going to talk,
y'all aren't here.
the two of us.
Yes.
No, podcast, you should be very present with the person. It's a conversation. It's not an interview. It's me getting to know you. And through that, the people that are listening will get to know you as well.
Fantastic.
Like you mentioned, you were in a haunted house at one point in Bologna. How long ago was that?
Well, it was about almost 10 years ago.
You lived in a haunted house.
Yeah.
What was haunted about it?
Everything.
Okay,
Like,
omni everything.
Like we left the house and quickly bought another house and paid 2 mortgages for 3 years because we weren't going to live in that house anymore.
All right, what you're reminding me is of Eddie Murphy when he went to the house and he said, "Oh, look at this pretty house. This is great. Nice chandeliers, nice bed. Look at that dining room. Get out." Okay, we can't stay
we're
here.
out.
Yeah, we can't stay here. We got
That's
to
kind
go.
of the way it was, really.
Oh, how long did you stay in that house?
We lived in the house for, I don't know, about 7 or 8 years. And it was the last couple of years that the things started happening. And by the time it escalated to the point of blood on the walls, we were like, see ya, we're out.
Now, you mentioned that you do believe in ghosts. Did you have any spiritualists or mediums come in and help you try to cleanse this place, or what?
Yeah, we had Arkansas Paranormal come out, and then also I had some preachers come out and bless the house several times.
Sure.
And it didn't work, so we were like, we're out.
Full disclosure, half of my family's from Cuba, the Caribbean, and from what I understand, the Caribbean, 100% of them 90% are Catholic, but 100% are Voodoo or Santeria or something like that.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
So whenever you get a new place, one of your aunts or your grandma or somebody older in the family is going to come in and start smoking cigars and blessing the place and saying chants. I don't know.
We had our new house blessed.
Yeah, I don't think I ever believed in it, but I didn't discount it. My mind is open to anything. So you have lived in a haunted house.
Mm-hmm. It was terrifying.
Getting to know Angie Davis.
I know.
Okay, well, give the people a little synopsis of who you are, Angie Davis.
Who am I? Well, I'm Angie Davis. And I own a lingerie store and a boudoir studio. And I love making women feel beautiful and look beautiful and feel good about themselves. And that's pretty much me. That's what I do 24/7.
Excellent.
Actually, probably 38.
All women are beautiful. There, I said it. All women are beautiful.
They are. All
Yes.
of them are beautiful. They just need to know that they're beautiful.
Yes.
They need somebody to go, hey, look at you, and not say something catty or horrible or mean or, because women will carry that around for a long time.
You got that right, Angie Davis. So where did you grow up?
Well, I kind of grew up a little bit everywhere.
Where were you born?
I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, at Baptist Hospital by 2 teenage parents, and they didn't have much and never had much growing up, and if anything, really. And we moved a lot, and so I know a lot of people because we pretty much moved around central Arkansas, except for the time we lived in Louisiana when I was real little. And grew up, got married, had kids, tried college, wasn't really for me, and here I am.
I get that a lot with the creatives. College is not for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been to college a bunch of times usually for specific things: radio, firefighting, EMT, paramedic, little things. You go get them. I tried to go college the first time was psychology, and I said, no, it's a lot of studying. I'm more of an on the job. Is that where you're at?
Yeah, well, I've always been good in school. I made straight A's, all that good stuff. I just got halfway through, and I was just like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of looking at books and papers and writing things, and it kind of got meaningless for me. And there were so many other things that I wanted to do and that I was doing at the time that it was like, why am I doing this? I'm kind of making all this stuff over here, so let me concentrate on that, and maybe one day I'll go back to college, which I haven't, and I don't really have an interest to. So,
where'd you go to grade school?
Grade school?
And high school?
Well, I went to 11 different schools in 12 years.
Yeah, you said you moved around a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess the most memorable top 4 schools, I guess.
Well, top would be JA Fair, because that's where I met my husband.
What's JA Fair?
It's in Little Rock.
What's JA
Fair High School.
That's the name? JF Air?
Yeah, you got me messed up. JA Fair.
JA Fair. See,
some guy. I don't know.
Okay. Something that you didn't get the history of who that was?
No.
All right.
I was too busy chasing Brian.
It's what you do when you got a hunk of a man like that.
Exactly.
And we'll get to him.
Exactly.
He's a big part of your life for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So high school, what did you do in high school? Extracurriculars? Anything fun?
I was very athletic. Track, volleyball, basketball, whatever I could do that was athletic, I loved to do. And then schoolwork and chase Brian.
Very cool. So you were a jock?
A little bit, yeah.
And popular in school, as you mentioned, maybe.
I don't know that I was popular.
But you met a lot of people.
I knew a lot of people, yeah.
Okay. But then you met Brian in school? He's your high school sweetheart?
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. All right. So Angie Davis podcast, this is not just about you. This is a love story, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, let's get to it. Since it was early in your life, where did you meet Brian? How did you meet Brian? How did the courtship go?
Oh, that's funny. I think it was my first day. I know it was my first day. It was my first day. And I saw this guy. I was in the kind of the lobby area, and I was on this side, and the lobby was really big. And there was this guy walking this way, and I'm going this way. And when our eyes just kind of met, and we just kind of walked, and I just kind of couldn't breathe, and, then we went separate ways. And then just time going to school together,
Mm-hmm.
we met. And
did you run in similar circles? Was he a jock as well? Or
no.
Maybe he was a cheerleader?
No.
No? Okay, no. I'm just reading into it, just having fun there.
He's my cheerleader.
Oh, yes, he is, for sure. No, so did you purposefully meet, or did you happenstance meet in classes?
Happenstance. We didn't have any classes together. It was more just going out on the weekends and stuff. We would see each other at parties and stuff like that. And
So you did have some of the same friends, maybe?
Yeah, we had some of the same friends. Yeah, we ran in the same circle, just didn't get to see each other at school very much. Just maybe passing in the hall. So.
Very cool. So, all right, when did he ask you? Oh, did he ask you, or do you ask him? I can't say with a powerful woman such as yourself. Who asked who on a date?
He definitely asked. Yeah.
Angie, you want to go on a date?
Sounded just like that.
Yeah, because that's how I'm projecting, because that's how I sounded when I was, 14, 15, 16, 17?
Well, he was, let's see, I was 15 when we met, so he was 18. He was a senior, I was a sophomore. Oh. And then when he graduated, he went off to the Marines, and, I stayed here, which, we weren't, at that time, like, boyfriend, girlfriend kind of thing.
All right.
And then when he came back from the Marines, that's when things got really serious. So,
did you keep in touch while he was out? What did he do in the Marines? I guess I don't want you to have to tell his story, but maybe a little idea.
Well, he went to boot camp, and then shortly after boot camp, he blew his knee out, so he had to he got discharged.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Okay.
Bless his heart. But he's been in the Army now for 23 years, 22 years. I don't know. He's going to be retiring.
So I'm learning something. If you blow your knee out in the Marines, you can still be in the Army.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, he got his knee fixed. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got it fixed.
Well, good, good. So he gets out of the Marines, and then you started courting. Mm-hmm. Okay. How was that?
It was great. I got pregnant.
Hey, that's a win. Mazel tov.
Win for our kid.
Yeah. Okay. And when was this? What year?
Let's see. That would have been 95 that he was born.
What year did you graduate?
94.
94, 95. That was whirlwind.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was a lot going on.
So what was going on in this time? 94, 95. Was that a pivotal year? I guess, you know what? We need to go back further and find out about your parents. You say they were teenage parents. Mm-hmm. How did that affect you? And was there a lot more family around? And, this might be leading, but, were there a lot of strong women around? Where did you get the base for who you are now? Was it back then, or was it progressing through the years after high school, after college?
When I was growing up, my mom always told me, she said, always depend on yourself. Always work hard. Always pay for your own stuff. Always make your own road. And that just kind of always sat in the back of my head. And that's why I did good in school and wanted to get good grades and go to college. And because I wanted to be an anesthesiologist, honestly. That was my goal.
Someone who doesn't like school, you're going to go to school.
Well, I don't dislike school. Right. It's just I didn't go to college until I was in my early 30s. Yeah. So I had a family, and I had a full-time job, and and I was also doing this photography stuff, and I had a lot going on. I had a husband who was deployed for 16 months during this time. So when I say I was tired, I was tired. I had a lot going on.
So what kind of work did the parents do, Mom and Dad?
My dad was a bricklayer, and my mom has been in sales.
Sounds like hard work to me.
Yeah.
So that had to instill some kind of, you come home, did they come home tired, I guess?
Yeah, and I always wanted more than what we had. Mm-hmm. And I always wanted to provide for my kids more than what they were able to do. And being able to do that always meant a lot to me. So, when the kids were growing up, whatever it was I had to do, I would do it.
Yeah, I guess working hard doesn't always mean making a lot of money.
Right.
Working hard could just be struggling to survive.
Right.
Bricklayer, you got to lay a lot of bricks to make a bunch of money. So
there was times when Dallas was little that, I'd have 3 jobs just to make ends meet. So,
but he had a mom that was willing to do those 3 jobs to make ends meet, to strive to be better. We always want better for our kids, be it whatever side of the fence you're on. I guess small political, Democrat or Republican, we all want better for our kids.
Sure. Yeah, we want to provide for our family and them have everything that at least need,
Right.
at the very little, whatever I'm trying to say, but, and then what they want too, so.
So 95, you're a young mama, and is Brian deployed at this point?
No.
Okay.
He's in the National Guard.
National Guard? Mm-hmm. What kind of job is he doing in that?
A helicopter mechanic, and also crew chief on Blackhawks.
Sounds like he's good with his hands, good at fixing things.
Mm-hmm. He can fix anything.
Yes.
He can pretty much do anything.
Okay, so if anybody needs their IKEAs fixed, call Brian. Put together?
Yeah.
Any furniture?
Sure, why not?
Sure,
yeah.
why not? I'll put him out there.
Dave.
I put him out there on Front Street, which happens to be where we're at in Conway, Arkansas. Yeah. Angie Davis. And I'll keep saying your name so the people know. The people that are listening to the podcast will know it's Angie Davis that we're talking to. We're going through the early parts. She was a jock in high school and met her husband, high school sweethearts, and you got married in 95. And
no, we didn't get married.
No, you didn't. Oh, you're courting in 95. You got the kid. Some people do it backwards. I did it backwards.
We did it really backwards. But the thing is that we were really young. We weren't mature enough to do marriage and all the things that we had to grow up. Mm-hmm. And so let's see, what year we got married in 2001 is when we got married. Mm-hmm.
But previous to that, you were together.
On and on.
In your 20s, you have to sow your oats. I gotta tell kids, in your 20s, you're still made of rubber. You got Wolverine powers, bounce off your face. Relationships. Man, if you want to have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that's fine. But when you're 30, that's when everything gets formed. All your brain is put together. And this is just me giving the stupid advice that I give so many podcasts is wait till you're 30. Then you know what you're doing, kind of.
I'm
and maybe where you want to go.
If I know what I'm doing.
Right. And you seem like the type of person that gets bored if you do the same thing over and over. So you want to branch out, put your fingers in many different pots, and it seems like that's what you've done. So where were you working when? Did you work in high school at all? Did you have any jobs?
I didn't work in high school because I had too many extracurricular things that I did. And but as soon as I was out of high school, I started working. In my first job, I worked for Charlie's Heating and Air. It was a auto mechanics shop. And so I learned a lot about cars, which was cool.
What did you do for them?
Answered the phone, helped customers, took the money, stuff like that.
But you still learned about the parts and going back there and looking at the mechanic. What is that guy doing? What's that girl doing?
So I've forgotten more than I ever learned, I'm sure. But plus I have Brian. He knows everything about cars.
Any brothers and sisters?
I have a sister, and her name is Jessica. She is 14 years younger than me, and she is one of the loves of my life.
Every girl group needs a Jessica, just so you can say Jessica. All right, big shout outs to Sister Jessica. So I have a similar situation. I'm 50. I have a sister in her early 20s.
Really?
So yeah, she's a hairdresser. So down in Miami. Shout outs to Heather. And
hi, Heather.
Yeah, and she, I really didn't spend a lot of time with her. 14 years younger. How was that relationship with your sister?
Oh, we have a great relationship. Always have.
So when she was born,
I fell in love with her. Just madly, deeply in love with her.
Yes. So. I love my sister for sure. And growing up, when she was a toddler, I was still living in South Florida, and so I got to know her. But we've lost at least physical contact. We talk a lot on the phone, and I see her on the Facebook and Instagram. So it's not it's a wow, she is doing good.
Good for her.
She is a great beautician for sure. So you have what's your sister do?
She works in banking, and she raises 4 kids, and she's married and being amazing.
She is amazing. She is amazing. Banking is kind of an interesting job where you get to dress up and you play with money. Maybe you don't make a lot of money, but you play with money and you get dressed up and you get to see people, and it's nice. It's a good, clean job for the most part, as far as I can see with banking. What is your experience on that? What do you think about how the banking? What have you got?
Oh, I try not to borrow their money.
But the whole what is it? Use other people's money is kind of a thing when you're, especially for a business owner, for an entrepreneur such as yourself, Angie Davis. Borrowing other people's money seems to be the norm.
No, I like being debt free.
Yeah, that sounds good to me too. All right, so
because when we built this place, I had to take out quite a bit of money as far as loans, like more money than I've ever borrowed in my life, and I'm a homeowner, so and we've now paid it back, which is great. But having that kind of stress is not something I ever want to do again, ever.
It's amazing how you feel like, money's not everything, but it is a cause of a lot of stress.
It is.
If you don't have it, you need it. Mm-hmm. If you have too much of it, people want to keep getting it from you. So more money, more problems. I think I've heard that before. Probably around your time with 94,
more money,
95.
Less money. Money is just a problem.
So let's go back to the barter system. That was pretty good. So no.
Maybe.
All right. So Angie Davis hanging out in your living room portion of your office. This is great. With the couch.
This is the consultation room and the viewing and ordering room where people get to meet me before they do their boudoir session. They have to do a consultation with me, and we go over how everything works. And plus, I want to meet them, and I want them to meet me, and be comfortable and friends. And then after they do their session, we come back here and they view and order their prints and products.
Well, Angie Davis, that's the first phase that I met you in, was the photography phase.
We met at a wedding.
Yeah, and so from 95 to now, what were you doing that got you up into being a photographer? Okay, after Charlie's Garage, you learned so much about cars, came back all, grease on the hands and stuff, I'm guessing, maybe?
No.
Possibly. Angie, we need you to get that oil change in that Buick back there.
No, there was none of that.
Get off the phone. Get off the phone, Angie. No, so after Charlie's Garage, where did you go from there?
I don't know. I had quite a few jobs in my 20s, just for number one, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and just also make ends meet when I had a kid and all that good stuff. And what really led me to the photography was my husband. When he was deployed, I would send him a care package every week, and they told me to print photos and put them in the care package of the kids and what we're doing and all that good stuff. And so I did.
How many kids you have?
We have 3 total.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So this was the first one. Who was the first kid?
Dallas, and then Katie, and then Colton.
So Dallas is with you. Brian's deployed, and you're sending care packages.
No, we've got 3 kids during this time.
Oh, you had all 3 kids.
Yeah, we've got Dallas. Dallas will be 24 in October. Caitlin is 22, and Colton would have been 21 in October.
Oh, okay. I think there's a story there.
Yeah.
No,
just having kids.
Okay.
What you do, right?
I guess. Angie Davis. Okay, so continue. Joe Jobs in your 20s, trying to figure out what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. And then when he deployed, I'm sending him photos and everything, and he came back and he's like, you're pretty good at taking these photos. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever, you're funny.
But he wanted pictures of you. Who's taking the pictures of you?
Nobody.
What?
I just had photos of the kids.
No, he needs pictures of the wife.
Oh.
His honey.
Well, he gets those.
The reason he's doing all he's doing is to come home.
I'm sure there was some photos of me in there somewhere.
All right. Maybe you handed the camera to one of the kids and said, "Here, take a shot."
This is so many years ago. I don't even remember.
What was your first camera?
It was a little Kodak camera.
Like an Instamatic camera with the film that had the 2 barrels in it?
It was digital.
Oh, you had the first camera was digital.
Yeah, first one was digital. I think it was right when digital first came out.
I guess in the 90s, the late 90s,
No, this
early
wasn't
2000s.
the 90s. No, this was 2006.
Oh, okay. So we jumped forward.
Yeah.
How long? Okay. Was there anything of importance that happened in that 10 years?
Not really, other than we got married and
Had 3 kids, so yeah, that's
had
it's great.
babies, and
Any family trips?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a long time ago.
Okay. You didn't know we were going to have the Angie Davis story today.
Right. Man, I should have wrote all this stuff down or thought about it.
No, usually when people are talking about themselves, they start remembering different things in their life that oh, this was important. You're right. That was a good time. And it's very cathartic to kind of let that out and, oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I actually have a hard time remembering a lot of things because after we lost Colton, it was so traumatic that I lost a lot of my long-term memory and quite a bit of my short-term memory, too. So I don't really remember a whole lot about, before Colton. So
I don't know if I know that story or if you even want to get into that.
we can.
Okay, you can talk about it.
Absolutely. I just didn't want you to think that I just don't remember, my kids growing up and stuff like that. But it's one of the things that I'm dealing with, and Brian's had the same problem too. And from what I understand, it's like a PTSD kind of thing. When something real traumatic happens to you, you can lose your memory. And
How long ago was this?
4 years this month.
So that is fresh.
Yeah.
Losing a child.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
He was in a car accident. He fell asleep at the wheel and went off into someone's culvert, and it flipped his truck and threw him out. So, but he's been gone for 4 years now. And so there's a lot of things that we are dealing with as a family, trying to, just be normal people, honestly.
Yeah.
So, and because that happened is why this exists.
I think it's more stable than you going and doing a wedding, for example. And I know when I do a wedding, I come home tired. There's times when I could fall asleep at the wheel, especially when I do a wedding 2.5, 3 hours away, more. And I say, I don't feel like staying here. I want to go home and sleep in my bed. Yeah, even though I was in Wilhelmina 4 hours away or something.
Yeah.
And I'll still drive all the way back.
Don't drive when you're tired.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Kids, don't drive when you're tired.
Don't drive when you're tired.
And here I have just admitted, I drive when I'm tired.
Don't text and drive. Don't drive distracted. Don't, 10 and 2, eyes on the road,
So moving on from there, and can you call it moving on? Can you, what wordage have you used moving on, moving from that forward to where you are now?
This place has done a lot for me because I kind of threw myself into it.
Right.
Afterwards, because he was our youngest. The other two had already moved out, so we were instantly empty nesters as well.
Yes.
So, and we thought we had, another couple of years at least.
Right.
And so, I mean, what do? Throw yourself into work. And that's what I did. And, and I still try to understand why I did everything. I mean, I really just needed some joy. I needed some happiness. And what brought me happiness was women's reactions when they look beautiful and they feel beautiful. And when I change how they feel about themselves, whether, it's a boudoir session or if it's just a good fitting bra.
Yes.
And when I decided to open this place, I didn't have the money. I didn't have the means. I don't I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew was this was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because it was the only thing that I had right then that I could go, this is what I can do.
Yes.
You know? So I just did it. I don't know how, other than the grace of God. I don't even know how we stayed open the first 3 months because the numbers didn't add up.
So the transition from being a photographer, and you were and are a great photographer. You know, good eye. And the way you work, even I think it was only one wedding that we've done together where you were just getting the shots. And
I'm still friends with them.
That's fantastic. See, and every time they pop
Heather
up
comes into the store.
Every time they pop up on my screen, you know, for their anniversary, it's, hey, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
It's good to remember that I remember every wedding, and I remember them, what happened that was special at that wedding. It was great. So how long were you a photographer before you opened up Angie Davis, the boudoir underwear salesperson? No, what would you call yourself? Underwear lady?
I call myself panty peddler.
Panty peddler. I like
I don't
it.
even have a cup.
The alliteration is great. Okay, so previous to that, you were taking photos. How did you start in the photography besides taking pictures for Brian, who was deployed?
Well, when he came home, he bought me a really, because, I had the little Kodak camera, and he bought me a really nice Nikon D80, and then I outgrew that in about a year, and so he bought me a D90, and I outgrew that in about a year, and so then he got me a D750, and he was like, this is a professional camera, I think you should, if you want to, do it and charge people, because you're pretty good, Right. And I was like, okay.
Early 2000s then, still on this one? Mid-2000s?
Let's see, it's probably around, let me think. So he deployed in 06, so it was 08 whenever I filed for my license and all of that good stuff. So a couple of years after he came home.
Previous to this, you're saying you're incorporated?
Yeah, I incorporated in 2008.
2008. Kids, if you're going to start a business, if you're thinking about starting a business, incorporate yourself. Mm-hmm. I wish I'd have done it so long ago. 86 is when I really started DJing, but I didn't incorporate till 2004. Tax breaks, baby. And the way that you file your taxes, incorporate yourself. Mm-hmm. Do it. And so
definitely.
2008, you said, hey, I can make this a business. Mm-hmm. And is it Angie Davis Inc. or what?
Angie Davis Photography LLC.
Oh, perfect. And so what was your first experience like? Had you done any weddings for friends previous to that, or
no? Or
what was your first paid gig as a photographer?
I have no idea.
Do you remember? Or the early years of Angie Davis?
I mean, I just did anything and everything. And then
baby pics?
Whoever would give me money, whatever they wanted photos of, yes. I would do. And then not long after that, I started freelancing for the Democrat Gazette and then Sync Magazine and Arkansas Life Magazine and I did some national papers and stuff like that. And
how did it feel having your photos in these publications?
Oh, it was cool. It was really cool. It was a lot of hard work for not a lot of money, though.
Yes.
But I think that it gave me the ability to really and truly learn how to work my camera really well and to be able to shoot under any circumstances, lighting, whatever, and know how to do it well.
Well, are you the kind of photographer, and I think I've seen it, where you get down on your belly and get that shot that's up and you just wait for it?
Yeah.
Having a digital camera as opposed to film, I had film. When I was a kid, I had an Instamatic camera, and you always had to wait for that shot. You didn't want to waste it, especially if you only had 12 or 24 exposures. You want to, there's Grandma. What is Grandma doing? Click. There you go. You got the good shot.
Yep.
With a digital, you might have the want or the ability to click, 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 and just pick the right one. Mm-hmm. How, in your photography style, how are you on that line?
Well, I mean, now I'm very purposeful with my my shooting. I mean, we stage everything, like with the boudoir. We stage everything, make everything perfect. Click, get the shot. Move, click, get the shot. Move, click, get the shot. We repose a different way. Click, get the shot. Click, get the shot. Click, get the shot. So it's not. Everything's real purposeful.
Yes.
There's no, trigger finger going crazy. Plus, I have studio lighting, so that doesn't work real well when you have studio lighting because it messes up your photos.
Full disclosure, I worked at the Picture Me photo studio in Walmart.
Oh, that's great.
It's easy because, all right, the reason that those studios get pretty good pictures almost every time is the camera is on a fixed point. The f-stop is set in the right spot for that. X marks the spot. If you stand there, you're going to get the right lighting, the right exposure almost every time with very little editing needed. You say you went to college in your 30s, or when you became 30. Did you take any photography schools, or what did you do in college?
Oh no, I was going to school to be what's it called? Some type of engineer, industrial engineer. That's what I was going to be.
What could you do with that?
Build things.
Okay. You like to build things? Did you do that before?
No, it's just what I wanted to do. I mean.
So you hadn't, built models before? Or it was just, that was it?
That was it. That's what I wanted to do.
What do I want to be? And you look down the list and, oh yeah, industrial engineer.
Yeah.
That clicked.
Let's do that.
How far did you go in that?
I got halfway until I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to do this anymore.
Math, hard.
Well, I mean,
geometry.
At the time, well, I'm really good in math. I'm really good in science. Okay. And it
She's
wasn't
not bragging.
It's
true.
It wasn't that it was necessarily hard. It's just that I had a really, really good paying career in sales. And
what were you selling at this point?
I worked for a company where I sold collegiate merchandise to retail stores nationwide.
Oh, okay.
And like Razorback stuff and stuff like that.
That's
and
pretty big in this town.
Walmart, Walgreens, stuff like that. So, and then mom and pops and all that. And I really liked what I was doing at the time. And it's like, why am I taking this time away from my family and away from my kids and my husband? And why am I putting this extra stress on me when it's not something that I have to do? I don't have to do this. I've got a great job. I've got a great skill set already. And I was tired. So I said, no more. And so I dropped out of college.
No more college.
No more college.
So how did you learn photography?
I taught myself.
Okay.
YouTube is the best university I've ever been to.
It is good. It is good. I talked to a lady yesterday who was a school teacher, a regular school teacher where she taught 30 kids in class, but then she became a video school teacher to where she taught hundreds of kids at a time through video. So YouTube, you could find it anywhere. Now this was a live thing that she was doing, but you can learn so much from YouTube. And you make YouTube videos, you make Facebook videos. We're making one right now, Angie Davis.
I know, Keith Dan.
This is highly unusual. I know that there's some podcasters that'll simultaneously do video and audio at the same time, and here we are. We're one of those podcasters. Angie Davis, I fully believe you're going to have a podcast because you have a lot.
I hope so. I think that would be so cool.
You have a lot of knowledge, and you talk to a lot of ladies on this same couch.
I do. I talk to a ton of ladies.
So having an audio version of the videos that you have, because it's just another 2 microphones to add an audio version so people can listen in their cars, because you should not watch videos while you're in your car.
Oh, don't do that. That is no good.
Don't watch and drive. The more you know.
Do not watch and drive, ever.
Okay. So that's for the video people. We're still on YouTube, Facebook Live. So you are taking pictures. You're teaching yourself how to be a photographer. So I'm guessing the first instances of you taking pictures professionally, you're using the auto portion, or had you taught yourself f-stop and lighting and I don't even know some of those terms?
By the time I got my D750,
and that's the good one.
D700, yeah, I was learning manual at that time, or new manual, and then not long. I guess I had that camera for about 2 years, which I still have it, and then he bought me a D4, which is the camera I still use to this day.
And that's a good one.
That's it's like buying a decent car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in that bag I have a Rebel T6, and that's the best camera I've ever owned, and I'm kind of excited about it. It takes pretty good pictures on auto or on manual. So, and I'm trying to teach myself a little bit. And by no means do I want to be a photographer, but whenever I go to a concert or I go and see some of the live bands, support live local music. Okay. Whenever I go see some of the live bands around town, I'll take pictures of them, and I think they're pretty appreciative when they get pictures of themselves. You being a photographer, you know that pictures make your memories, and when you go out, do you feel good knowing that you're capturing these memories for people? And these are things that they're going to be able to put on the walls. They're going to be family heirlooms. They'll be passed down. Hey, that was Grandma back at that wedding, and oh, look at little Uncle Joe. He was a baby back then, and Angie Davis took that picture. What are your favorite memories of photography or locations, or was it mostly around Conway and Little Rock, or have you been other places to take pictures?
Oh my goodness. Well, I've been all over the state to take photos. Well, actually, and further than that too. And I would have to say that my favorite is just every day here. I've done a lot of fun photography stuff, and I've covered, national news and stuff like that. But my favorite is just one-on-one with my clients and making them feel good about themselves and have a great time. And because a lot of the times my clients, their moms, their wives, they may be grandmothers, and life you can get sucked into life,
Okay, how so?
Well, especially when you're a woman and you're taking care of kids and you've got a job and you've got a husband and you've got a house and you've got all these things that you've got to do all the time and you've got to take care of all the time. A lot of times women, they forget to take care of themselves. So it's really cool when they come in here and I can see that this is really special to them because they're getting their hair done, they're getting their makeup done, they're getting to take these amazing images because everybody, when I'm done with them, looks like a Playboy centerfold. Every single one. And for them to have that experience, I can tell how much it means to them, and I know how much it would mean to me, because a lot of times as women, we lose ourselves in our kids, in our families, in our jobs, and because by nature we're nurses and we want to take care of everything, but we take care of us last, and a lot of times there's no more left for us to take care of ourselves.
As someone who's never been a woman, I could see being a woman, being a mother, being a wife is the hardest job in the world. Oh my goodness, you have so many hats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Traditionally, the man goes off to work, the woman is left home to take care of everything. Including the man, pay the bills, wash the dishes, clean the floor, make sure
and then have a full-time job on top of that, and then take care of the rugrats,
I like a traditional, if I could work 5 jobs and keep my wife at home, I will. But if the wife wants to work, yes, please, by all means, let them work. But it is a hard job. Give the people the Angie Davis boudoir experience, or at least walking in the door here on Front Street. And what's the address again?
1131 Front Street.
1131 Front Street. Come and visit with Angie Davis. If the door's locked, press the button, and there's instructions on the door how to get a hold of her, and her smiling face will be at that door soon enough. But as people walk in the door, what do they see? What's the Angie Davis store experience?
Oh, well, they see my smiling face.
Yes, they do. No, it immediately put a smile on this punum.
Oh, yay.
Oh, for sure. If you don't have if you see somebody without a smile, give them one of yours. I just saw that yesterday.
That's a good one.
Cliches. I walked in the door. I saw Angie Davis's smiling face, and what else did I see?
Oh, well, a lot of bras and panties for sure.
Yes. Fellas, don't let that make you feel uncomfortable. This is me maybe projecting. Bras and panties. 14-year-old self came out. Hi, Angie Davis. It's Keys Dan with the What Makes You Famous podcast. You ready? So I saw a lot of bras and panties. And tell me about the bras and panties. What made you a panty peddler?
Well, it's funny because when I opened this place, it was only supposed to be, or when I opened the lingerie store, it was only supposed to be sexy lingerie because, that was the purpose of opening it, is there was nowhere around here for, women to get good quality lingerie for their boudoir session or for anything else for that matter. And so I opened, and then people started saying, do you have bras? Do you have bras? Do you have bras? And I'm like, no, I don't have bras. And so I started thinking about it. I was like, well, Barbara Graves, she retired, I think about 3 years before I opened. And there was really nowhere for women to get a professional bra fitting and to get good bras of all the sizes. And so I thought, well, I can do that.
So is that what Angie Davis, the store, started off as? Or was it a photography studio? Where was the photography studio that you had? Didn't you have one? It was on Prince, right?
No, it was, what's the name of that road? It's right behind CVS Pharmacy.
And you had an actual photography studio there.
And it was Angie Davis Photography, and it was Wedding Seniors Boudoir. And
so you did have the boudoir portion of that in your mind, and ladies, get your fellas a glamour shot. It is so cool. And fellas, if you're so inclined, get your people a glamour shot. It is so cool, and it makes you feel good. And I know I've seen the blurred pictures, the suitable for Facebook pictures portions, and they just, you look the best that you can look, and you have to feel good about looking that way as well. So you were behind CVS at that time, and you were taking pictures. We were still going out and doing weddings and other things, or at that point?
Yeah, up until 2014.
2014, you're done with weddings. You're done with getting out of...
2015.
2015, you're done with going out and freelancing. Hey, you've got a brick and mortar. People come to me. That is the dream. That's the dream, that you don't have to travel. I don't want to be I like being a mobile DJ, but I'm 50. I'd like to have maybe an event center where I can have weddings come to me. I don't want to stop doing weddings. I don't want to stop doing birthday parties, but I want them to come to me. And this is what you did, Angie Davis, is you have people come to you and you have things to make a scene, settings, the backdrops, and things that make different settings. When you were at this, I guess it was a smaller place?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was only 1,500 square feet.
And what kind of clients would come there?
Same kind that I do now.
Now, was it all boudoir, or did you have families, or baby pictures?
No, I only did weddings, high school seniors, and boudoir. I didn't do babies, kids, families. I would every now and then for like friends or whatever, but it really wasn't my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Not that there was anything wrong with it. It's just I wanted to concentrate on those three things because, when you do something, do one thing and do it well.
It pays to specialize.
Right.
No, you end up doing the best of those pictures.
And that's one of the reasons why when I really started to do a lot of boudoir, that I had already been thinking about only to boudoir, because I wanted to be the best of that. And I wanted to make sure that every session was like Playboy centerfold. Like, I wanted it to be perfect. every session. So when I ended up going just to boudoir, it was kind of everything just fell into this is what I should do.
So was there a transition from that building to the building you are on right now on Front Street in Conway, Arkansas? What was the transition? When did you close up that building, that office, that store? And why?
Well, we moved into, let's see, I found this place in August. And it took, I think, about 4 months to do the build out. And so we didn't get moved in until I think we opened December 16th.
Of 15?
Of 2000. What is this year? 19. So 2016.
2016.
Can we pause for a second? I've got to go get that. I think it might be a delivery.
Sure.
The longest video.
And we're back.
Sorry about that.
No, so 2016, you moved from the smaller facility to the bigger facility. And I know that was probably almost a facetious question, because I look at this facility and I go, wow, so much space, so much potential, possibility, and you've built it out. You've got walls up. Who put these walls up?
The people that I rent from, their construction crew.
So when you move in to Front Street, at least this particular warehouse, it used to be a warehouse of some kind. Mm-hmm. I think you explained it a little bit before the podcast a couple days ago of what this building is. But you walk in the door, you see all the bras and panties. What else? What else can we expect to find at Angie Davis on Front Street? The Angie Davis experience, walking in.
Well, it depends on what experience you're here for, because there's different ones, you know.
I want to buy some bras for my little sister. Ooh, that's weird. No. Why did my mind go there? No. Okay, no.
So, I mean, if somebody's here for like a bra fitting, then basically, or lingerie fitting or something like that, basically they get thrown in the dressing room and I shop for them. And I find them all the pretties, and my selection is really huge. So we try on a lot of lingerie.
So as someone, once again, who's never been a woman, I'm guessing that having the right fitting bra is very important.
Very important.
Okay, and how does this happen? Is this measurements? Is this...
well, measuring is a starting point, and then I have to... I measure her, and it's kind of not necessarily what I measure her at. Will I always go and get that bra? It's also just a trained eye as far as, okay, yeah, I'm measuring her at this, but I really think she's this. Mm-hmm. And so I go and get a bra. I have her put that on, and then she shows it to me so I can see if I need to make any kind of adjustments or whatever. And then we just adjust until we get the right fit. And sometimes I'll, like this morning, my young lady that was here earlier, I mean, I nailed it first time. So it just depends.
So who was this person that you mentioned that retired 3 years before you? Ward?
Oh, Barbara Graves.
Barbara Graves. Mm-hmm. Barbara Graves.
She had a huge store over off of Rodney Parham.
Okay.
And it was like 6,000 square feet, and she was like me. They were bra fitters, and then they had lingerie and, you know, all that good stuff.
Did you learn from her a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. We went to New York to market together, I think last year, and she gave me a lot of tips and pointers. She came into the store and looked at it and loved it and gave me some more tips and pointers. And she's super, super wonderful lady.
How did you get involved with her?
Well, let's see. I think she actually reached out to me, honestly. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember how that really happened, but...
Did she see that Angie Davis was getting in the bra and panty game?
No, we had mutual friends, and those friends said, hey, this young lady, Angie, she's opened a store kind of like yours. Is it okay if I give her your number, or you take her number? I can't remember who called who, But we ended up talking on the phone for like 4 hours. So
That's great.
it was really great.
Even though you're 30 miles away from each other, it still could be competition because people go to Little Rock all the time.
Closed down.
But even so, previous to this store opening?
Yeah, she was closed for 3 years. She retired.
Well, that's nice that once you have
There's
that
nobody
knowledge,
else that does what I do.
once you have that knowledge, you impart that knowledge. Thank you, Barbara Graves. Good job for teaching the next generation how to do what you do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Is once you learn things, you teach things.
Yeah,
and we're learning about Angie Davis.
There's not a store in a probably tri-state area, maybe further, that does exactly what I do.
That front room should
Or
be
has
full all the time.
Selection that I do.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm only by equipment only,
Gotcha.
Otherwise it would be. But I like doing the appointment only for the simple fact that that's what I want to do.
Yes.
I want to serve and I want to help. And if I've got all these employees and I'm doing all of these things, then that's what I do. I'll manage people, and that's not what I want to do. I want to do what I'm doing today.
You're specializing. You're getting that one-on-one service.
Right.
That's what you can expect when you go to Angie Davis.
Yes.
Okay. Angie Davis lingerie. What kind of lingerie do you got out there?
All of it.
What kind of bra? Every little bit of it. All of it.
I have bras from A to O. I have lingerie from extra small to 6X. I carry t-shirt bras, balconette bras, nursing bras, maternity bras.
You have those little underwear bras where they just poke the hole out through the Hanes briefs. It looks like a man's underwear, but they kind of look like an underwear upside down.
Now those, no, I do not carry. No, but I carry beautiful Cosabella bralettes and matching panties.
That's cool.
Then I have sexy lingerie and this is Panty World. I have all the panties. I carry bra size swimwear, strapless bras, sports bras, all bra sized, pajamas, robes, nightgowns. I carry everything.
It's a veritable laundry list of undergarments. And I say undergarments also very facetiously because the picture that you shared today was a girl in her overalls wearing her bra on the outside. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? The bra on the outside look. I thought that was the 80s. I thought that was Madonna.
I love it. I think we should free the nipple.
Okay. All right. Well, that would put you out of business, wouldn't it?
Well, it would make women feel better as far as, there's nothing wrong with my breasts.
There's nothing wrong with your breasts.
Right.
I have a 14-year-old and she's starting to develop and she's worried about her boobs.
She shouldn't be.
And she shouldn't be. I tell them boobs are great. Dad likes boobs. So, hey, is that weird? Maybe it's weird. And it could.
Everybody loves boobs.
But yes.
Except for the person who has them. They're always like, there's got to be something wrong with my boobs,
No. I was talking even to a couple gay guys, and they like boobs.
Gay guys like boobs. I knew that.
Yes, it's a thing. So you were saying that you can look and say, 34B. Is that something that you can do? You can eyeball after 3 years of doing this?
Sometimes I can even eyeball and tell you what kind of bra a woman's wearing if it's one that I carry.
That's cool. That's real cool. All right. That's the front room. You got lots of stuff. And you didn't mention, is there anything for guys out there?
Yep. Sax underwear.
Sax underwear.
Mm-hmm. And swimwear.
If you listen to a lot of podcasts, you'll notice that Saks does a lot of advertising. Unfortunately, they don't advertise on the What Makes You Famous podcast, but hopefully that is something that will be remedied real soon. But you carry those, and I'm seriously considering getting a pair on the way out of this room. Yes, I totally should. Totally. So, or after you get out of the front room, okay, since that's the thing for men, what's the advantage of Saks underwear? And you told me that your handsome husband, Brian, wears them himself.
Yes,
Tell me what his experience or your experience with them.
Well, I brought them in, and I took a pair home to him, and he wore them the next day, and I called him around lunchtime, and I was like, so, how are you liking those new underwear? And he was like, well, all I got to say is you're going to have to bring home some more because I'm throwing all my underwear away when I get home.
Okay.
And I said, oh, that's funny. Ha, ha, ha.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness I brought him some more home because he really did. He threw them away. This is a man that doesn't throw nothing away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing.
That's high praise
Yeah.
for a pair of underwear.
He has not went back since.
So what's the experience that you've had with women that get specialized bras out of here? Their faces, I'm guessing, and this is me, thinking about what their experience is probably like. This is the best bra I've ever worn. Mm-hmm. This is very comfortable. Mm-hmm. What other things have people said once you fitted them for the proper undergarment?
Well, there's a lot of that, and not to mention the fact they're always blown away by how much of a selection that I have. Because, you go into some of the big box retailers and you're drowning in a sea of nude and black. And we're here, you're drowning in a sea of beautiful colors and patterns and different styles of bras and bras that are, they're made with purpose, mm-hmm. to do certain things for certain bodies. Mm-hmm. And then there's just so much, there's size at 36 triple D to 38G. Those are some of my most popular sizes, so I have a ton of those bras, and I could literally bring a woman a bra and panty set all day long in those sizes.
Yes.
So that blows ladies away, and then last night I had a very sweet lady in here, and she's a 38L. You can't get a 38L anywhere except for here.
Is that large? Is that big?
I don't think that it's huge.
Well, tell me about the cup sizes. Is it the size of the breast itself that's mm-hmm. the cup size?
Yes.
And then the circumference of the upper torso, I suppose.
The torso, yeah.
Is the actual measurement, but it's the cup size that gives you and you have cups to satisfy any size. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, good.
Yeah.
And so once you fit a 36L, you said?
38L.
38L. What did she say?
Oh, she loved every moment of it because she had no less than 12 bras that she couldn't make up her mind which ones she loved the most.
So previous to that, what was she doing for her bra satisfaction? Going to
just being
a big store?
Yeah, just going to a big store and being uncomfortable, and and that's pretty much been their options since Barbara Graves closed.
Do you notice strap marks and just straps just digging into your body in uncomfortable places?
A lot of women, they'll walk in. I'm like, oh, you're uncomfortable, aren't you? And she's like, oh, yes. And I'm like, let's get you taken care of, because, it's really uncomfortable for women whenever their bra doesn't fit right. And one of the biggest issues is most women don't understand that they're wearing the wrong size bra because they don't know how a bra is supposed to actually fit. And then if they do know how a bra is actually supposed to fit, they may not know exactly what size that is that will fit them like that. Mm-hmm. So, and that's why it's really important for women to get sized by a professional every time they buy a bra, because also their bodies change. We gain weight, we lose weight, our gravity does things to us, and sometimes our bodies just get weird. I don't know, but our bodies change, and so and hormones will change our body too. And so it's really important that women go to a professional and get measured and sized by someone that knows what they're doing.
Now, is there an adjustable bra for approximate of your size? Because you're right about the changing of the breast size is not only when they're pregnant. That's one mm-hmm. that major change, but sometimes when women are on their cycles, their breasts will increase and decrease in 1 month, mm-hmm. and you can't just keep going and getting bras every for every time of the month. Do you have some that change size?
No. What happens, even in my drawer, I've got probably 3 different sizes that I keep, and they're really close, anywhere from a 32 to a 36, double to triple D. I've got those sizes, and because I gain weight, I lose weight, whatever. So I have those sizes for whenever I'm whatever.
Okay. So, all right, what's the difference between a double and a triple? Is that a slight difference, like fine tuning?
Yeah.
Okay, so a double D and a triple D is just a small difference? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Hey, I've learned something new.
There's not that much of a difference when you have the cup sizes next to each other. And another misconception is that, people think, oh my gosh, triple D is so huge. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. A lot of that is other lingerie stores convincing women that the biggest size that there is a triple D, and that, when you think of the biggest size, that must be really big.
So the difference between a triple D and an F, or a triple D and an E, is that negligible, or is
a double D and an E is the same thing. When you get
there, you
E,
go.
F,
okay.
G, double G, H, double H, those are European sizes, and then converted to American, it would be D, double D, triple D, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Okay, so you're skipping letters for some things.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
It can be.
And that's another reason why it's really hard for women to know what size they wear, because they don't make it easy to understand the sizing either. I still have to use a chart, whenever, because I've got some vendors that they do European sizing, I've got some that do American sizing, and I have to have my little chart there so I can be like, okay, this is a double G, which is, I believe, a J in American sizing, and I have it in front of me so that I don't accidentally, put the wrong sticker on something.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big boy myself, and sometimes I'll get a shirt that's a 2X, fits perfect. Sometimes it has to be a 3X. It fits
and bras
perfect.
are the same way.
Bras are the same way.
Yeah, bras are the same way.
Is this the companies trying to convince women that they're smaller than they are, or they're bigger than they are, or what? Or is it just not uniform across?
It's just not uniform. I mean, it's just like you say you can buy a 2X in this, 3X in that.
Okay.
It's just all the companies have their own sizing, and then also the companies with their different styles of bras, they'll have their own way they size that bra. Like I can take the same brand and have. A 38 double D in this bra and a 38 double D in same brand, just different style, but it won't, only one of those will fit that woman, because they just do it different,
I love that you have the colors, Angie Davis. I'm a shark. I like colors. Mm-hmm. I'm drawn to colors. Mm-hmm. People that wear a lot of black. Mm-hmm. Not saying that black shifty. T-shirt is nice.
They're a little shady.
No, but you got your blue jeans on, but you walk into the door and you do have a sea of color. And we've gone through some of the bras, and you have panty fitting events or bra fitting events. Mm-hmm. What is that? Is there a bunch of women just out here going, woohoo, woohoo?
No.
Give me that
bra. No, it's they'll schedule an appointment. It's kind of like I do the same thing I do every day. It's really no different, other than if we have an event, we'll do like a trunk show where the vendor will bring in trunks of new bras and styles and colors that are coming in. Or
what's the quotation fingers?
Trunk show?
No, are they new, or you put quotation fingers on them?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just new.
They're new. Okay.
Yeah,
they are new.
Yeah,
okay.
They're new.
No quotation fingers here. They're new.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know how to use quotation fingers.
I don't know how to use quotation fingers. Yeah. I think I was doing that more for trunk show.
Trunk show. Yeah. Okay, I like that.
I was just kind of delayed in it. Does that make sense?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Trunk or treat. It's October.
I slept really, really hard last night, so I'm tired today, which makes no sense to me. You would think if you sleep hard, you got that good deep sleep, you wouldn't be tired, but I don't know.
Human physiology, weird.
It is weird. And so another thing, if we have a bra fitting event, I may, attach it to a charity and raise money or raise merchandise for a charity or something like that. Or if we're having our 11th year in business sale, or not sale, but event, October 15th, then we'll do that,
Wait, it's at 11 years? Mm-hmm. Since the other store and this store?
Well, since I started being in business total.
2008.
2008.
Yes!
11 years.
Go get it.
So
Angie
we're having
Davis,
a
go get it.
trunk show on October 15th. And then starting at 4 o'clock, we're going to have like a little open house birthday or anniversary celebration with cake and stuff like that.
I'm right on time with this podcast.
Heck yeah.
Letting people know all about that.
Heck yeah.
This is a great time in Angie Davis's life, and the Angie Davis store, and the Angie Davis experience, and the Angie Davis brand, and the Angie... How much more can I say Angie Davis?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it off-putting? They're saying Angie Davis a lot.
I like it.
Yes,
I
that's
like
right.
it.
That's right. Keys Dan knows what Angie Davis likes. Can I just talk about myself in the fourth person? Because my name's not really Keys Dan. Come on.
Oh, that's great. I think you did.
But yes. All right. So you got these events, and yes, I thought it was people freeing the nipple just out there.
No,
running around.
we're trying to contain the nipple.
Oh, how sad.
I know, isn't that terrible?
It is. America. Let's go to Europe on the beach.
Right.
And even some beaches around here. I'm from the Florida Keys, and we had lots of nude beaches on there, and it wasn't weird. It was just you were out there soaking up the sun, having a good time, doing your thing. So, whole nother story. Could be another podcast. Could be one of Angie Davis's first podcasts.
Yeah. I think I know. I need to go to the Keys and check this out and do a podcast.
Podcast number 1. Free the nipple. Okay. So, and I'll help you produce it. I will. I'll help you produce it if you want me to. And you can host it for free. That's another thing. Podcast. Anybody that wants to do a podcast, if you got something interesting to say, if you have an idea, do it. Even if it's just one podcast, even if it's just your life story, put it out there. You can do it for free. It's easy. It's easy. I'll tell you all about it. So the bra and panty. Okay, so the different kinds of panties. Does that make a difference? I know when I wear underwear, I'll buy the same size in different kinds of underwear, and they won't fit the same. Mm-hmm. Is it a very similar process for picking out panties?
Yeah, and it also just depends on what she prefers. Mm-hmm. So, you've got your briefs, your bikinis, your hot pants, your boy shorts, all and there's more. Thong,
I like a good boy short.
What are cheekies, and so you've got to have a good selection of each one of those to make sure that you have everybody's panty that they like,
Whatever makes them feel the best in.
Yes.
And let's say it's sexy. What makes you feel sexy? When you look in the mirror in the bathroom, in your bedroom, first thing in the morning, you want to feel good about yourself. You want to wake up feeling good. And when you put the right garments on, after you brush your teeth and comb your hair, and hey, now it's time to get dressed.
Exactly.
Now, do you are you a fan of the matching bra and panty set?
Yes.
Always have to be matchy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
All right.
And I highly encourage other women to do it too, because whenever you put, whatever you start with your day with, is how your day is going to be.
Uh-huh.
And if you start your day with feeling good about yourself, you match, you look good underneath and not underneath, then you're going to feel better about yourself. And you're gonna rock your day, and I really feel like that's important. I have women that come in here, they could give a crap about matching anything. Okay. I have women that come in here, I want a nude bra. Okay. I got you, no problem. And then I have women who come in here and they want all the pretties. They want reds and blues and greens and flowers and lace and and that's me too. I love all of the pretty stuff, and that's why there's so much prettiness in my store and so much color, because number one, I'm specialized, but number two, because I buy what I love. And I know they tell you not to do that, but so far I'm doing real great with that, so yes. I'm going to keep it up.
Well, I'm going to tell every creator, and like I've told them before, if you like it, somebody else is going to like it. You're going to find that we are more alike on this planet than we are different. People want the same things in many respects. So yes, if I want to hear a podcast where I'm talking to people down the street, around the world, that may or may not be famous, and I want to talk to them and hear their story, I'm going to do it, because I didn't know where this was going to go. But when I started it a few months ago, I didn't know it was going to be as big as it is.
It's awesome.
So you, hearing your story, I'm getting to know about you. In turn, my listeners are getting to know about you. Hopefully it brings you more business.
That'd be great.
You know, that's the benefit on both sides. Is I get more content and you get more marketing. So and I know some of this podcast has been devoted to pushing Angie Davis onto the podcast. Now, you say you like the matching bra and panties. Do you ever try to push people into the bra and panties, the matchy?
Every single one of them.
That's right.
Every single one of them.
I want a nude.
I don't like
How about
to
a pink?
bring a bra without the matching panty.
Yes.
And the only time I'll do that is if I don't have the panty in stock, or if she's like, don't bring me panties, I don't need any panties, or don't want any panties, or whatever, then I won't bother her with it. But
Right.
if I'm bringing bras, I want to bring the panty too.
Sure.
Because it's incomplete if I don't bring the panty.
Yeah.
You know?
You came to a bra and panty shop.
Yeah.
Why not get the panty to match the bra?
Exactly.
And you bring them, you go, why don't you try these on with those? See how that makes you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And what do they say more often than not, or is it 9 out of 10?
They love it.
They go, yes, I will take both.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the service you're going to get from Angie Davis.
Absolutely.
All right. We've been talking a lot about the front of the store, the bras, the panties, the new men's underwears. That's fantastic. But then there's doors, there's half walls in this. What was this warehouse before? Tell me about the history of the warehouse.
Well, 100 years ago, it was an alleyway. That was a grocery store, and then over here was, I believe they said it was like a farmer's co-op or something like that.
Fruits and vegetables? I guess.
I don't know. And then about 60 years ago, they put this roof on here so that they could use this building, use it as storage. Mm-hmm. And it's been storage for 60 years. And whenever I happened on it, there was dirt 5 inches thick through the whole thing. It had never been cleaned. So, and I was like, I love it. I'll take it. You
get a front end loader and just push from one side to the other?
I don't know what they did. I was like, I'm not cleaning this
Oh,
place
you're
up.
not. The landowners or the store owners took care of it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they built these walls and all this. I mean, I paid for it, but but they did all that. So
that's great. Mm-hmm. And who put in these nice floors? Or was this the floor?
Oh, this was the floor. Yeah.
This is the floor polished up.
That's
real nice. It's shiny.
They did coat the floors with something, because it used to be just concrete, but it's like some kind of stain that they did or something. I don't know. They did something to them. They told me, and I don't remember.
And then you have area rugs. Are there special area rugs?
No, just I think I got them off of Amazon.
Okay. She has area rugs. I remember there was a comedian, Taylor Negron. That was one of his bits back in the 80s. Says, you don't want carpet. You want an area rug. I don't know why that came in my head, but every time I see an area rug, I think of Taylor Negron. Shout out.
That's great marketing.
So there you go. Yes, that was a good bit. I watch a lot of comedians. I think I want to be funny. I'm not sure if I am.
You are funny.
Yeah, but looks aren't everything. Angie Davis. So you've told about the whole building, and there are half walls that separate the front of the store from the back of the store. What is in the back of the store? Because this is cool. This is a space.
Yeah, the back is, half of it is my boudoir studio, and then the other half is editing and merchandise that needs to be checked in, desks, back stock of things for the store, like hangers and bags and taxes and all that good stuff. So, and a little mini kitchen.
Is this a one-woman show? Because I've seen a few other people in your videos. This is all you.
Tell me.
That's fantastic.
This big old place all day.
It's a gigantic place. And every time I've come to this store, you say it's appointment only, but every time I ring that bell, your smiling face is here. So you spend a lot of time here.
I never leave. I usually get here between 7 and 8 in the morning.
Right.
And then a lot of times I'm here anywhere between 6 and 8 in the afternoon. And a lot of times that's 6 days a week. Monday through Saturday. And then Sunday is my day off to just chill and do nothing or whatever I want to do. And
Lazy Sunday is very good for me too.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the boudoir, the area for taking photos. How did that come about, and why did you want to specialize in that? I know we touched on it a little bit because you like the senior shots, the wedding shots, and the boudoir shots. You specialized. Do you do any seniors and weddings?
No.
Boom. Gone. We're specializing in boudoir. Tell me about the boudoir shooting, and how do these women feel when they come in? I'm sure they're timid. This is me, maybe projecting, but how do they feel when they come in, and how do you make them feel comfortable with you, Angie Davis?
Most of them are very nervous when they come in. They don't, even though we have a consultation, they're still not 100% sure what to expect because, most of them have never done this before.
What is a boudoir session?
Ever seen Playboy magazine?
What's Playboy magazine?
Don't lie. It's sexy photos of women, and they take them because it makes them feel good about themselves and know that they are sexy. Because a lot, like I was saying earlier, that a lot of women, they get so wrapped up in kids and career and husband and cleaning the house and whatever else they have going on that they kind of forget about themselves and they kind of lose themselves a little bit, and it's very important for men and women to feel sexy, to feel desired, to feel desirable. It's human nature. It's something that we emotionally have to have. And this is a good way to show women, look at you. You are sexy. You are desirable. You are beautiful.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me I'm sexy. I know it.
Duh.
And that's the thing that one of the differences between men and women. Men generally have more confidence in themselves. I can look in the mirror and see all this gut and all these chins and still go, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'll take this out into the world. And, yes, I'm trying to go to the gym. And the last time we talked, I said I was going to be heading to Gillespie Gym here in Conway, Arkansas, just down the street. And you know what I did? I went to Gillespie Gym and I hit the heavy bag for a while. And it made me feel good. And I plan on going back more. Good. So that's a shout out to Gillespie Gym on the Angie Davis podcast. Stay in shape. So, and this leads me to where women, they don't feel as good as they used to because as you get older, things stretch out, things start to sag, things start to wrinkle up, and all women are beautiful. All women are beautiful. There, I said it.
And not to mention the fact that, as we get older,
mm-hmm.
That women tend to think that they are 10 times worse than what they really are. Like, they look in the mirror and it's magnified times 10.
Yeah, you see that in memes going down your social media feed, mm-hmm. where you'll see the man with the 300-pound gut and he's looking in the mirror and sees himself as a strong man. And then you see the woman who maybe has a little pooch and she sees herself as so, dumpy and just hideous, like a monster of some sort. And you're, why is your psyche like this? Why do you feel like this? Angie Davis, make that woman feel better about herself. Mm-hmm. She's coming through from the front room to the back room. What are we doing, Angie Davis? What are we doing back here in the back of your store?
Well, whenever she first comes in, we're doing hair and makeup.
Who's doing hair and makeup?
Kirsty.
You do have a little bit of a team.
Kirsty Carter. She does the hair and the makeup. She's one of the best makeup artists I've ever worked with. Super, super talented. Knows her stuff. I mean, nobody does makeup like Kirsty Carter.
So does Kirsty Carter does she do anything outside of this?
She does makeup.
You can give a shout out to her and to find out how to get a hold of Kirsty Carter.
Makeup by Kirsty Carter.
Makeup by Kirsty Carter.
Instagram, Facebook. Actually, you can contact Angie Davis and she will
Yes.
shoot that info over to you.
Good. That's another thing you can get through Angie Davis. And so, all right, once her hair and makeup is done, is she feeling a little bit better about herself?
Actually, I think they get a little bit more nervous because it's like they come in and they're nervous, and then we get all their stuff together and everything and get it put where it needs to be. And
What stuff?
Well, she brings lingerie and all of that good stuff. Maybe some props, just shoes, just whatever she wants for her session, and then we get her in the makeup chair, and that's an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours of hair and makeup, and so it gave her time to relax and everything. Well, then it's like, oh crap, now we're gonna do the session,
Okay.
and so sometimes they get a little bit more nervous, but within 15 minutes, they're like, oh, this is nothing like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be, just real nerve-wracking and scary. And I'm like, no, it's, and the reason it's not is because me and Kirsty, number one, we're a really great team. And then number two, it's so technical. Like, so technical. Like
surgical? Like a medical procedure?
I mean, not like a medical procedure, but I mean, everything that we do is well thought out, and we basically do everything for her. I show her the pose, then it's her turn to do it. Oh. She doesn't remember 40% of how I told her to do it,
of course.
Which is just normal, and so we basically put her arms, legs, hair, outfit. I mean, we do everything.
You're a little Barbie doll.
She's our little Barbie doll. She's our little doll, and we just place her wherever we need her to be. I take the photos, and I'm like, okay, you can jump up and let's go change, and so they change, and then they come back in, we do it all again, I show them what we're going to do, and then they try to do it, and sometimes they get it, and sometimes they don't, and so we put them where they need to be and fix everything over again, and it's just that over and over and over again. So it's very, and everything's very organized. I have a big list of all of my poses and stuff like that, and so before we even start, I know what outfit's going to go with what pose. It's all listed out, and so we just...
Is there music involved?
Yeah, I mean, we play the music, we've got the music going. And
Supermodel.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, it's very organized. It's very well thought out. It's very little work on their part, because I think a lot of them are like, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to pose. And I'm like, you don't have to worry about that. The only thing you got to worry about is just bring your crap and come on.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think, hey, what are we going to talk about on the podcast? I'm so nervous. I'm going to talk about you.
Yeah. See, I would never say that because I'll find something to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about you. Mm-hmm. So how long does the session normally take?
Anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending upon what package they choose.
Yes.
And the 2 hour sessions are definitely my favorite because we get to do, of course, more backdrops. We get to do the shower scene. We get to do angel wings, colored lights, all that good stuff. And, by the way, I just got in new angel wings. I haven't opened the box, but that's what came in today when I had to go and get the door. They're red ostrich feather wings. So
I saw some angel wings on the floor.
Yeah, those are my black ones.
Those are so cool.
So now we're going to have red ones, which is really cool.
Yes.
Because we have a new red backdrop, so I wanted red wings. So
do you have somebody that's already lined up to wear those wings?
Oh, I'm sure I do. I mean, we stay booked, so somebody's going to I think we have a 2-hour session tomorrow, so if I can get them pulled out of the box and get them the way they're supposed to be, then she may be wearing them, yeah.
That's fantastic. So what's the most popular prop in your boudoir
The
sessions?
shower.
A shower?
The shower.
You have a shower here?
Mm-hmm.
Working shower with water?
No, it's a prop.
Okay.
They're all props.
But I could see one with water coming down and just little splashes.
we make that happen. I mean, it's a prop, and we
spray the face and...
Yeah.
Oh.
We have them rubbed down in baby oil, and then we spray them with water, and then we do stuff to the plexiglass to make it look like, the water's beating up and stuff like that. So.
Ooh, a little Hollywood feel right here in Conway, Arkansas.
And then we have a fog machine to create the steam.
Come on. This girl's got everything. All right, so what little props you got back there? Or do you...
I have a window light, which is really cool. It's freaking huge. It's like 8x8 window light.
What does a window light do?
It kind of looks like a window.
And that you're looking out a window?
No, just the light from a window.
Ah, that's cool. And I see a ladder, so you sacrifice your life.
I do.
Just risk your life for these photos. You climb the ladder. You get the shots down. You have a big bed. I'm guessing you have different sheets and different blankets for different...
I usually just stick with the black.
Stick with the black, okay.
Because I used to do white and on a white wall and all that, and now in 2019 I changed it to where it's black sheets, black bed, brick wall, just kind of flopped everything, because I was kind of tired of the way, because I've been doing the white wall for like 5 years.
Right.
So, and normally ladies like to come back about every 5 years, and so I like to switch it up about every 5 years, so that when they come back, they can have a totally different set and totally different session. So.
Well, I know when I worked at the photo studio, we had different backdrops, and the most popular ones were the black one, the all black, or the all white, because you can wash. I guess it brings the person out of that photo, and it can be edited any way they want. If you have the black, a solid background, and now, I mean,
it just matches everything. There's nothing that they can wear that won't look good without. So.
Everything goes with black.
Yep.
You're so smart, Miss Angie Davis.
I try.
Yes, and sitting here in your little office now, is this the spot that the people cool down in or get prepared to go out to their session?
No, this is just consultation room and the viewing and ordering room, and then right around that wall is where we do hair and makeup. Hair and makeup.
Good job. Any other people in your team besides the hair and makeup?
Just me first.
It's all Angie Davis. Wait a minute. Brian's in your team.
Yeah, he is, but we're married.
Okay. He's slave labor.
He's slave labor.
Well, and then I guess this is the part where you get to brag about your kids and say what they're doing and how do they help you in the Angie Davis experience.
They don't help to do nothing.
Come on. I've seen Dallas hold a camera.
Hold a camera, yeah.
All right.
He doesn't even live in the state. He lives in South Carolina.
Hey, all right. I'm sorry that he went away. What's he doing in South Carolina?
He went there for a job opportunities, so he's there. But and then Caitlin, she lives in Bryant, and she's in nursing school. So
hey,
they're doing their own thing, and whatever they.
Did they call mom at all?
Yeah.
Call your mother.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Very cool. So what else is in that back room? Because that's a good party room. The DJ in me wants to set up in the corner over there and
there's a stripper pole.
Do a big old stripper pole. My eyes opened up wide. There's a lot of
just for the ambience. I've never used it for a shoot.
What?
Yeah, I don't. Nobody has ever said, "Hey, can I do the stripper pole?" I think they're kind of scared of it. I don't think they really know what to do on it. So
that was the thing. Maybe 5 years ago was strip aerobics. I think it was.
I know. I don't know what happened.
I guess people were falling off the pole.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, but it's cute.
Any exotic dancers out there that want to do a boudoir scene for your fella? I mean, come on out. They got a stripper pole here. Why'd you put the pole in?
I just wanted to.
Because why not?
Why not? I mean, I have 20-foot ceilings, and the beams are right at 14 feet. So I was like, I can get a 14-foot real brass stripper pole that spins.
So do you get on that thing for exercise at all?
No.
Who's climbed up that stripper
pole? We get on it to make funny videos.
Yes, do that. Yes. Don't hurt yourself.
No,
but,
I sprung my wrist on it one time. Because when you get on it and it starts spinning,
yes,
it literally, like, it spins like this. And so you get on it, and if you get on it too fast, it gets faster. Ooh. And so momentum and I thought I was going to die, and so I'm just hanging on to the stripper pole, and I'm like, somebody stop this thing. And I finally stopped it, you know.
Jane,
but just hanging on to it, I sprung my wrist. It's like it's my stripper injury that I wasn't even stripping.
All right. Okay. So, does any of this work come home with you? Are there bras and panties all over your house, or have you limited it to coming to the store?
No. When I leave here, I leave here.
That's
Other
good.
than my ladies in my group, you know, I will talk to them anytime, anywhere, anyhow. As long as I have that phone in my hand, I will entertain them. So, but other than that, work does not come home.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once you have your own business, you should set some hours. That way you'll have some family time. Because spending from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. Family time has to be. How do you have fun with Brian? What do you do for fun? I know I live your life through Facebook and Instagram photos, but tell the people what your favorite things to do with Brian are.
Go on vacation.
Yes.
Because we will work really, really hard, but we play really, really hard.
Yes.
And we play quite a bit through the year. So we will work super, super hard for 3 or 4 months and save up money, and then we'll go to Costa Rica for a week. Or we're going to Cabo in January for a week. We're going to go to Vegas in March. You know, we go somewhere a lot. You know, whether it's 3 or 4 days or a week or whatever, but that's where we get to. And normally by the time that the trip gets there or gets here, we really need it. We need a reset button. So, but that's what we do.
Well, do you feel like this is the hardest job, or do you feel like can you incorporate some fun? Because that's the only job I want is one where I can make it fun. Because if it was autonomous, and I know a lot of people like to do factory work, Lucy in the chocolate factory, put the chocolate on the powder on the chocolate, send it on. Put the powder on the chocolate, send it on. Put the powder on the chocolate, send it on. I would go batty.
I would
bananas.
Go crazy.
Yes.
I would go crazy.
But
it was like
are you able to incorporate fun? I see your smile, and maybe this is another rhetorical question. You can incorporate fun in your job.
Well, and I really like what I do too. So it's fun visiting with my clients and my customers, and it's fun helping them, and it's fun doing the sessions, you know. So it is fun, you know. It's a lot of hard work.
Yes.
But it is fun, and you know, at the end of the day, I don't have a whole lot left as far as just I'm done by the end of the day, you know, because I feel like my job is really emotional too, because a lot of times I play kind of therapist to people too, you know, so because you know it's kind of like going to the hairdresser only going to the bra store, you know, so and that doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does, and that's okay. And I actually like it because it's helping. So, but it's still working hard. It's still fun.
Yeah, I don't want to belittle, and I want to differentiate. Just because you're having fun at your job does not mean that it's not a job. It's still a hard job.
Yeah.
You know, I DJ for a living, and that's fun.
But it's hard work.
Once I'm in the moment and in front of the people and having fun, that is so much fun for me. But yeah, I'm thinking about the right song, and I'm trying to read the crowd, and even putting up the equipment and taking down the equipment. You have equipment that you have to put up, stage, create scenes. This is the hard work, is creating a scene. And then here comes the star of the show, that lady or gentleman that's going to be in the boudoir. She comes in, put her on in the scene, click, take the picture. All that hard work that you did to get to there. And even before that lady walks in the room, even before the lady called on the phone, even before the lady saw Angie Davis on Facebook or angiedavis.com, you have already done so much work to make this room for that purpose.
Right.
You have props, the bed, the shower, the wings, 2 sets of wings now, black and red. And so,
right.
Yeah, and the window, just you've created a space to make movies, baby, to make life, to make pictures. Have you ever thought about making a movie back here? This is something cool. I know you make videos.
Yeah, no.
This could be a movie set.
Yeah, I like pictures.
I could see a horror movie back here.
That's terrible.
Oh, with the brick walls. and it is Halloween. It's October, so I'm thinking about Halloween. I could see haunted house back here. And somebody on the bed in some crazy makeup put on by your makeup artist. No?
That doesn't seem very sexy.
Oh, it's not sexy. What's wrong with sexy? I just thought about Spinal Tap on that one. My life in movies.
That's hilarious.
It is hilarious. So, all right. So we're winding down. We've found out a little bit about Angie Davis in the past and how you came to be Angie Davis's life. Married your high school sweetheart. You didn't even try to play around or anything. It was like, no, that's the guy. That's the one right there. I want that one. Bring him to me. So, your life is set. It seems like you've found what you want to do is make people feel good. You were finding people on their best times and photographing them and getting their memories taken care of. And I see a lot of photos on the wall, and some of them are quite sexy. My heart might not be able to take it. Pitter pat, pitter pat, pitter pat. It's okay. So you do a lot of women, but I've seen that you do the man. What is it called? Browars? What?
Boudoir.
Boudoir. What? How often does that happen?
Not very often. Maybe 6 to 12 times a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the difference in that? Being a woman taking pictures of a man, is that more uncomfortable, or is it about the same?
No, I kind of equate myself to like a doctor or a nurse. A body is a body,
right?
But I've just got an artistic flair on it to where I have to pose it in an artistic way.
I feel the same way. Back when I was an EMT and a paramedic in the hospital, yes, I can see that a human body on the outside of the hospital is, yes, that's a pretty girl.
But when you're at work,
beautiful.
It's
when you're
totally different.
It's very clinical. It's okay. I got a job to do. Click, click. Do your thing.
It's and you're looking at it totally different,
yes.
Where you would look at it there, okay, I've got to save this person's life, or this person needs help, or whatever, and then I look at it as, I want her to feel comfortable, or him to feel comfortable, and then they've got to look good, and, there's a lot going on. You're creating art. Yeah. So. Yeah, these are memories forever. Now, all right, and what's the weirdest or the strangest prop or the most interesting prop that a guy or a girl has brought in to the boudoir? And if it's X-rated, you don't have to say it, but if it's something like, what's the weirdest thing that they've brought with them? I want to have this in my picture. I've seen some really crazy props, but the one that gets me the most was a lady. She brought the door of her husband's race car, and she was like, I just brought this. We don't have to do anything with it, whatever. And I was like, oh no, girl, you brought it. We are putting that in your boudoir photos, and we sure enough did. It looked great.
Excellent.
And I tell ladies, I'm like, you bring whatever,
Yes.
whatever is meaningful to you, whatever y'all are into, whatever,
Right.
bring it.
How special
And
was that to him when
Yeah,
she brought home those
absolutely.
pictures? And, honey, that's the door to my car. Oh, it's so beautiful.
And your house looks great
Yeah.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh, my. That's good.
so I tell them, bring whatever. I'll incorporate it. We'll make it work. There's nothing I cannot incorporate into boobs and butt.
You're very special, Angie Davis. I'm glad to know you. I think the last time I saw you before this was at the grocery store, and it was just like, wow, that's Angie Davis. And I don't get to see you in real life so much, even though I live
Right down the road.
yeah, mere blocks away. But it was nice that I was driving by and I said, man, I gotta have Angie Davis and talk to her a little bit and hopefully get the word out. That front room needs to be open all the time, and you're just overwhelmed with work. I mean, do you have people just calling you all the time? And yeah, I'm sure my phone's been ringing off the hook in my pocket.
Oh,
but
yeah.
whenever I do a podcast, it's all about you. And
that's the way I am with my customers and
Yes.
my clients. I've got the phone. It's only on 2 rings because if I'm not with a client, I'm there at my desk and I can get the phone.
Right.
But if I am with a client, I'm not getting the phone, so we're not going to have it ring and ring and ring.
once again, that's that Angie Davis service. And that's what you're going to get when you get to Angie Davis.
100.
Yes, and it's on Front Street. Say the address again.
1131 Front Street.
And how do the people get a hold of you online or otherwise?
Go to angiedavislingerie.com and you can schedule a bra fitting there. If you want boudoir photos, you should go to photographybyangiedavis.com and click on Contact Us and fill out the form, and you will receive an automatic email back with lots of information on how to set up a consultation.
Do it. Or just come to that front door and press that button. Eventually, she'll get to the front door. And
Eventually.
you'll get to see the smiling face that I've been sitting in front of for, well over an hour.
Have we been here an hour?
Oh,
it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's
Jeez.
almost 2. So, anything else you want to tell the people?
Have an amazing day.
That's a good way to end.
Too fun. That was so much fun, y'all.
Well, there you have it, party people. Angie Davis. She shared a lot of her story from her beginnings, traveling throughout the state and into photography, marrying her high school sweetheart. That's so nice. Oh man, she has such a good life, a good family, and she takes that smile and that good times, that good feelings, and she just wants to share it with other people and make them feel the best that they can feel. And not only physically with wearing the proper undergarments, but also, emotionally with getting the good picture of you and making you look and feel your best. She's pretty much a one-woman show. Yes. Her store on Front Street is women owned and women run, and she is that woman. So Angie Davis, good on you and good for you, and giving inspiration and opportunities, not just to women, but everyone, really, all people. If you want to do something, if you have a talent for something, you could make it into a career. Photography for many people is a hobby, and she made it into a career. And then wearing underwear is a necessity for some people, and she made it into a career, and she opened up a brick and mortar, which is, it's tricky in this time of online shopping. But what sets her apart is the service that she gives once you get into said establishment. You come to Angie Davis on Front Street in Conway, Arkansas. Put that on the walking tour with the What Makes You Famous podcast. Thank you so much for being on the program, Angie Davis. And thanks for chit-chatting with me and letting me in on your story and the listeners as well. And something a little bit different. I should have known. I should have put my hair and makeup on because I was heading for a photographer's studio. I should have known she was going to put it on Facebook Live. So you could find that Facebook Live, I'm sure, on her Facebook. I'll put the links in the show notes. Look below or on the side or wherever you're listening to this podcast has their show notes listed. Thanks again, Angie Davis, for being on the program. What makes you famous? That's it for this edition. If you want to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call at 501-470-6386 or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for me, Keys Dan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here. Radio What, the music you want, with some great quotes. Accomplishing the impossible only means that the boss will add it to your regular duties. Doug Larson. The music you want. RadioWhat.com. This is Keys Dan.
And this is Shelly G.
And you're listening to
Radio What?
.com.